Hello everyone, Dr. Venture Senior here for Podsixclub, and we are live for some Friday Night Magic. I'm joined with
Genzo the Gamer, and yes, it's Friday night, which is Magic Night.
MTG Arena time, baby. Oh yeah.
We wanted to put on the Magic Dance moves, but to spare you the horribleness of that, we're just gonna play some Magic instead.
Gonna show off my fancy moves over here in Cascade Constructed, because I can't seem to pronounce anything. Cascade Constructed. That's what we got going on right now, so you can just well, like, I want to say storm off your spells, but like you're just getting free value out of it. Every time that you play your first spell each turn, you get to exile top card from your library until you hit a spell with casting cost less than the spell that you just put that one aside, and then you may play it at any time.
No, you don't put it aside. It's played immediately.
Immediately?
It goes onto the stack ahead of the card you're playing.
Okay.
Those are important considerations. You can't hold it. It plays immediately. Have to play it.
Okay. You have to play it.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, this is going to be interesting. Because I may have constructed my deck with the May. So. Also interesting thing to take into consideration is that they've gone through and banned stuff since it was last in here. So. Lavinia, the degenerate combo that was going off with her, not happening anymore. Nexus of Fate, no longer. Also, new Baby Teferi, Teferi Time Raveler, no dice. Kind of put a kink in my plans because my deck had Baby Teferi in there. Like, yeah, no more Baby Teferi. So, clearly I have my Cascade Constructed deck. Well, let's take a look at it. Since we're getting into it. Since I couldn't have Baby Teferi in there, I went through and I swapped it out for Kasmina.
You have some
and
actual
Ugin.
Teferis in there.
Yeah, of course I have actual Teferis in there. Of course I have actual Teferi. The whole idea is that, okay, so I've got the 0 cost Mox Amber, so regardless of what I cast, I'm going to go through and at least be able to hit a Mana Sword.
Oh yeah, I could.
Off of my 2 drops, I can get into basically attacking their hand at any point. And off of my 3 drops, I can attack their hand at any point as well because of Cloud Rage. 4 drops are going to get me into either walkers or things that will, you know, support my walkers, or something to be able to attack their library and remove their options for being able to cascade stuff. Which is also incidentally what through Ashiok. And also doing through Dovin by not allowing them to cast certain things because it gets more. Really trying to tax that. Also preventing them to be able to cast multiple times something that actually be beneficial. Find that. Kasmina again make it harder for the target. And you know, I probably won't be taking her down, but if I need to go through and dig for something like near the God Eternals, maybe that can just right on the board, or you're just getting rid of your own so that you can gain life. Well, you're fun, right? And then
we will hopefully try and remember to put your deck.
Yeah,
mine's not so interesting. Let's see when you get there.
Yeah, we'll go through and try and throw up links for this. Nothing's there yet, but cream. Of course, we've got Big Teferi since we don't have Baby Teferi because Teferi. Both of Teferi to be able to get that double value since we're rocking with a super friend here. And of course, Eugene, Ugin, the totally effable enough. Because, yeah, you can get blockers, get hard value. So, hoping that that's actually going to end up working. Only one way to find out, and that is to actually choose deck.
Right. So I actually ended up doing quick run.
I haven't tested anything.
And what I faced, what I was playing was mono white. 3 matchups I played.
That would be.
Won once, hence why it was 3 matchups.
Yep, I gathered as much. Because mono white is going to be able to aggro off easily. put out large threats very quickly, and the incidental kicking. To the face!
Yeah, it really did. Though the one that it works, it was just like, basically anytime I played anything, I pulled a burn spell. So it was so beautiful. Now, your deck, I think, could do very well, because it's much more purpose-built for this one.
I tried, but I don't know. I had different iterations that had gone kind of close. Like, I never actually tested them in Cascade, I just straight up tested them in rank.
Well, to be fair, you would have had to test it this morning, because I think then, wasn't it?
Hey, there it is!
No, that's a good. I had actually thought of doing a 0 cost. Actually, a really good thing for this.
Well, there really aren't too many in standard.
It's better. They usually don't have that many. Ever in standard.
True. In the oh, damn it, I'm being. Yeah, I can't actually try it. Yep! First misplay of the day. First misplay of the day. I need more coffee. Sorry.
It's because you have the wrong cup.
You're right.
You need the pink puncher cup.
I'm sorry, Pink Punter. I neglected you for the larger cup that would hold more sweet coffee juice. Sweet brown bean juice.
I'm gonna make myself scarce.
Oh, Micaiah. Hitter. Throw Ashiok out. Let's just start milling them right now.
Even though they haven't seen it.
Wait. What do I get to take? Give me your history.
I leave. This has been a nightmare.
So yeah, Ashiok's a dick. I've had people go through and like concede as soon as Ashiok drops him. Or like concede mid. Because Ashiok is a opponent has the right idea though. Back behind. Ashy. Go.
So,
Actually, to be honest, this is a lot like the decks that kicked my butt last.
Alright, so this is looking good then because actually I may as well go through, hit it. This that Mox is getting that early is so beautiful. Give me your Marshall. Yes, I'll take a binding on top. Hit you once more. Oh, Cat Dad's going in there too. The Johnny. Cat Dad. So next turn is probably just going to be Ixalan's binding their booter and get out Kaya.
They're done.
Yep. Not even having it anymore. Haha! Shocking myself with that Shockland didn't even matter.
Really didn't. My bug.
I don't know if I have. Kind of works. I really wanted to get it on a surveil mechanic, and then I just never got enough of the people.
Yeah, true. No, I have. Kept getting them as like rewards.
So, did we go over the fiasco that happened with the Mythic Edition? Like, you know, all the cancellation. does, but did we talk about the compensation that Watsy was attempting to give out?
I don't remember if we did on air or not. We've talked about it.
Yeah, we've talked about some of the Mythic Edition and the whole fiasco that happened with, you know,
with basically them not
12,000 being made available, 12,000 actually being sold, but then
not everybody getting them. The crazy thing is there's people who managed to get multiple, more than they should have been able to buy.
bots.
Yeah, well, multiple accounts too. So people were pretty upset.
Yeah.
With reason.
Yeah, understandable.
So, well, we might as well talk about it. And we may have talked about it before if we have or so.
Yeah. Sorry if we're bringing it up again.
Because, yeah, the Watsy's rewards, the mess up, foil sheet.
Yeah, a rare and mythic foil sheet from War of the Spring, which is, I mean, to be fair, that's unprecedented.
It is unprecedented. They're currently selling it, I believe, for about $100 right now, which is significantly less than other sheets, but considering that's almost like a free $100 bill from Watsy or something really cool.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. It's a
Because yes, we did. We're talking about the fact that it had been the lawyer who talked about it.
yes, and then them coming up.
But it doesn't sound like they're making you agree not to sue them, though.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually.
I mean, everything. It didn't sound like that was going to be.
Well, it seems like they're also going through that stipulation of who's going to qualify
That was the
for the
biggest thing
sheets.
that people were very upset with.
Yeah.
Because you had to have had a transaction canceled. There's a lot of people who thought that they got charged, but eBay screwed up and charged. So they're upset. But how? If you look at it from Watsy's perspective, how do they even know who didn't? Like, there's no way for them to know.
No.
As much as it sucks being on that side. The one that we didn't talk about is eBay is actually compensating people as well.
Yeah, they threw in like a $20 gift certificate, but it was available for paying through PayPal, and then it also had like a 2 limit on it.
Yes, yeah, 2 weeks to spend. Like, so what people are actually most upset
it was like,
with is how
that was like the minimum that they could possibly do.
Yeah, people are actually more upset with how eBay handled it. Because as
Your
been
defects
argued about,
don't seem to
really
bother you.
eBay may have had more of a screw up than Watsy in this situation.
eBay really was more culpable because it was their services that kind of.
Even with my insight, I didn't foresee
And to be fair,
this.
Watsy did go to them because the first time they realized that their systems can't handle it. So they went, alright, let's go to an e-commerce company, or I guess they're basically an e-commerce company now. And let them do the protesting, and it didn't work so well.
Yeah, we saw how well that worked.
I mean, I'd be very happy to go another spoil rare sheet. I just have vision of someone being so desperate for one copy of one of the cards and cutting it out badly.
Oh, right, because the Mox isn't actually activated. My bad. Not my bad. This will actually work for being able to give me moderation, which I can't actually. Anyways, they don't have that to fail, but yeah, you can decline. No, it's not have to.
You have been analyzed and
Doesn't have
found wanting.
I was wrong. I realized that, but you can't hold it.
Yeah,
If you accept
that
it,
is true.
That's yeah.
if you decline it, it just goes to the bottom of the
I'd actually
library.
forgotten that you had to accept it. Yes. More important thing once you.
I'm well equipped to deal with nuisances like you.
Alright, well, Dovin's gonna die anyway. I'm liking. Pieces aren't getting into play.
My experience, life game list works so well in this this mode.
Well, you're able to play the long game.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You can just go war of attrition. In a lot of cases, if you can outrace.
Clearly, the
Which is what kept
shortcomings
happening
here
to
were
me.
mine.
Like, yeah, I was doing a lot of burns at them, but they were doing way more life gain. Gosh, they got 4 wells with that.
Cat Dad's welcome. Really looking for them.
Did you have removal in your then binding?
See, that was one of the things that I really didn't very heavy on. Just binding. So that was the one thing that I did.
It's us or
Either
them.
straight
I
removal
hope you
or
choose the right
throwing
side.
in more counters.
Every day is a new lesson.
Any one of those up. I really want to get rid of that.
Thankfully, so far they have. They must have been 1 life gain short.
Well, ideally, they're just going to be going through and finding.
Yeah, I don't.
No, they're going to go through and take the wizard. All right. Weird flex, but okay.
Oh no. Neither of us are seeing that.
Right, my math isn't so good. Can't do with the blockings. Math is for blockers, though. I wasn't blocking. Because clearly they took away my blocker. Damn. Alright, try again.
I'm just having a calculator. There's no device anywhere near me that could calculate.
No, not at all. Not like you have a calculator. You could even actually go through and do graphing with.
Yeah, or device that computes things.
No.
Computer.
No. That's not what computers are for, dude.
Actually,
Computers are for playing video games. I have Netflix.
I'm pretty sure
Come
I've got
on.
a TI-83 graphing calculator, probably within arm's reach in my filing cabinet.
I've got a TI-83 and like a Sharp TL-90. That's the one with the touchscreen.
Yeah, I've got a Sharp, but it's not as nice. It has most of like the functions, but not the graphing. It doesn't friggin'
I want to. I don't have enough. Ah! This is worse. I mean, the Thief's Sanity's cheaper, but less land. Do I?
That's a really tough one.
Yeah, I'm keeping this. It's only gonna get worse from here.
Yeah.
I can play the duress right off the top. Comes in. Shock myself. That is okay.
Yeah, what else is happening in the
Well,
Magic?
we touched upon something and then I went through and forgot what we were talking about. Ah, there was something that I wanted to bring up. Now I can't remember. No, because it was a more natural segue.
Right. Other than the mythics.
Yeah, the whole mythic fiasco.
I'm actually not up on it.
Well, because get rid of
Like Wizard Lightning or light up the stage because those.
They're gonna get either off, so I think probably the cheese.
Yeah, because the other one maybe is cheese.
Yeah.
They're both annoying too because they cast for cheaper.
Yep. Well, they're gonna get the spectre.
Oh,
That was probably not the one to do. We should have swung with the lava run it, then take that one deeper and cascaded off of that. Hey, I'm misplaying all the time here. Look at me without enough mana to actually cast any.
yeah,
okay,
but you still judge people. When they're in plays. You don't need to be good to judge people.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sorry, anyway. Back joke aside.
Armchair commentators. God, we're terrible. Hey, finally! Do I go piss them off, or do I just... Let's go Dovin first. What is in your hand? Show me. Lava Runner is gone. I'll be able to play that off the top and get rid of...
Whatever your plans, they're statistically likely to fail. My acute awareness of your
now my Mox is actually
imperfections is
useful.
maddening.
Okay, so we talked about one of the surprise omissions from, what was it, the Mythic Invitational? And then another one happened recently. Get the binding on first. Ow, I don't want. Yeah, well, I believe it was. I think the timeline was before the invitational. We had.
You're studying contrast.
From the MPL.
I'm excellent, and you're, well, not.
You know, fought in actual invitational. So Brandon overlap. Then recently we ended up have Yuya Watanabe ended up getting removed from the PL.
That was the cheating thing, right?
Yeah, that was the cheating with the marked sleeves. And so then on Monday, most recently, you can go for it.
Feeling
It's gonna hurt right now.
The fault is not in our stars, but in ourselves.
someone else.
Oh, Chow? No, wait, not. Duress.
They've not been able to keep a secret from you with their hand.
Nightmares of a pallet for my Your
So we had 2 new additions to the MPL this Monday. Even though, because I can't remember who Owen's slot was filled by, but we only, after Yuya's disqualification, there was again 1 slot left. So we ended up having 2 new additions because we had another person that resigned on Monday just before the announcement. Gary Thompson.
Done with totally.
With the MPL, because I mean, one of the reasons that he went through and joined it was that he could kind of try to affect some sort of change inside.
When pursuing creativity, defy
actually
convention.
Not really going as. Okay, so do I? I go to Harry? I have a bigger chance, better chance. Thief? Not bad. Take that.
Trust me,
Timothy.
you'll thank me later.
Alright, well I guess I probably wanted to do... Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
You. I'll return where you slumber.
Sure. Drop. When are they gonna kill?
With my insight, I didn't foresee this.
Now, Ashy Larry or at Big T?
Yeah, actually, Larry is a Steamkin.
No, Ashy Larry is Ashy.
Ah.
Even though that's technical. I kind of want to go through and.
What are you gonna do? Can't do it.
Reverse.
I think it's because here, but first, let me see if I can actually library. Well, I guess I'll take the steam pin. Just well, the other ones are just gonna. The lava. Be able to pass me. Get another body to fuck them with.
There's nothing worse than you being blocked by your own wall. Back.
That kid.
I look forward to seeing your mistakes.
Little M, and learn your true power.
Oh, I can get rid of a creature too? Yeah, I guess we're gonna go through and divest them.
What card are you gonna pick?
I don't know. I was thinking either Chain Whirler or that Goblin.
Definitely.
Yeah, sure.
We
Put up another
are the
blocking
future.
body. Get rid of the divest. And down to expectation.
There are many who have turned weakness into a virtue.
Burning Prophecy.
Behold,
It could become a 2-3.
It's kind of worrisome in your health.
No, please no, stop. I'm dead now, aren't I?
Do what they had, but I think so. Yeah.
Damn it.
I thought you were gonna get this one.
I thought I was gonna be able to drag it out in the long game, but
One more Planeswalker, and maybe you could have assembled Voltron.
Nah, what I really needed to do was have played Haya earlier, so like
Oh yeah.
that was my bad. I just got too greedy.
Yeah. At least you know what you misplayed. The worst is when you're just like, I don't even know what
Nah,
I did.
I just
Gotta win at least. So.
I got a win. What did I get? Otherwise, a golem and a 1 with the machine. Work. I don't want to take that deck for another.
Same deck.
Yeah. I mean, if that one doesn't work, if it doesn't work the second time around, then I'll probably try something. Make some changes to it in my own. It's still kind of as annoying as that deck is. Sorry, not sorry.
I hate it only because.
Yeah, that's fair, dude. Hey, at least it's not Baby Teferi. Quickly becoming one of the most popular cards from in standard. I mean, we're having a lot of breakout stars from this set. There's Baby Teferi. There's Narset, who's becoming like a superstar.
Oh, indeed.
Let me look up Narset. You know Narset. Or Narset. Harder of Veils. 1 and 2 blue for a 5 loyalty. Opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn, so that is great for going through and shutting down, you know, any Esper or any variant of that's drawing a lot of cards. You really shut down mono. A lot of their card draw. Go through to hit Demir, Esper, Glorious. The taxes goes generally.
Yeah.
And then a lot of other things that just generally rely on incidental. Drop that card every. But, you know the one that I'm talking about. There's a lot of ones that go through and have like advantage, and that just. And then the fact that you can down tick to like find your answers. So yeah, that one's been. I mean, if not necessarily main board, at least board fought, but is breakout in. And then I mean Ashiok as well. That was just straight up. Oh yeah.
Can it do it the second time?
So yeah, Jerry Thompson went through and released a full-on statement. They went through and set up the advisory and disbanded it. Input he hoped that they would be kind of followed up on, as well as like they're just not really being transparent. For the MPL.
Yeah, because they kind of just choose you.
Basically, like that's the thing that people are getting the most frustrated about, is that it's like you're not really giving people. Crap, I should. No, but it's an interesting topic, dude. Because because people don't know how what the qualifications are to actually make it in for the next. And now with the addition of these new players, people are like, okay, well, we've seen what your reasoning is for actually going. Get rid of it. Nothing's going. And like, originally it was supposed to be just like the top 32 players, right? They're just going for the best of the best. Now they've gone through and spewed that out, and they're going streamers who, even though they are, as we've witnessed because of their addiction and the education, they are great players, but they aren't necessarily what you call like, you know,
they're not the top pros.
Yeah. Taking
on this mode, I think they've seen a deck like yours before.
Sorry. So, yeah, it was one of the things is like people were going through and like, okay, well, we thought this was supposed to be this, and now you guys are going changing the requirements. So what is it that you guys are actually looking for this lineup?
Yeah.
And like it's just like the lack of transparency and the way that people like the goalposts have been moved on them. So they don't even know what they're aiming for or striving towards.
Well, moved on them. It's more like they've just, there was a goalpost and it's hanging there like this might be it, but maybe not. That's even worse than it being moved. It's like,
the thing. It's like it's moved, but they don't. No one knows what it is anymore.
Yeah, nobody knows what it moved to. Yeah, that's kind of. And when that's your career, that's pretty.
Which is like massive respect to Ray Thompson, because he went through and like this was guaranteed income. Like he just walked away from it. Like this comes at a huge personal loss, because this is like that sets you up.
Somewhat, but then if you can line yourself up for something that's multi-year, that's a better position to be in.
I agree. And that was again one of the things that was brought up there. He's like, why do you think you don't see any of the MPL players actually part of any large?
Guarantee that they're going to be.
I think it's contractually actually allowed.
Oh, really? They're not allowed to join it. Huh.
That was the suggestion being made, or that was what being implied.
Interesting. I feel like that would be not in Wansi's interest. Because if they get picked up by an esports team, because esports teams are going to promote the game.
Well,
because
that's what I like. Is NG? Okay, that's why he's actually part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, Watsy, they always gotta find a way. They did something too good, so they had to find a way to make it.
And the thing is, it's like I get what they're trying to do. I agree with it. Like, you're trying to go through and give access to people that normally wouldn't actually have the avenue to get there.
Yeah.
Like, you're going through and trying to broaden it up into people that wouldn't have, that wouldn't be able to actually, whatever barriers have to access. But like,
Well,
it's
are they though?
well, for like for example, for like Jess, like she's lives in Australia. Trying to do any sort of tournament grinding in that respect is like, okay, you need to do any sort of European and North American tournaments. How much is that going to cost?
Yeah, a lot.
And that Watsy isn't like helping foot any of that anymore.
True.
Guess we're gonna go with actually.
Yeah, you basically have to place well.
Yeah.
Which is not a guaranteed thing.
Yeah,
because
dude.
of variance.
Yeah, so it's like, I get it, yo. I guess I'm gonna get dark.
I mean, the thing is, the way the league is kind of structured is Watsy's kind of taking the place of being the esports team. By picking the members, and because normally to compete in esports, you just have to win your way into it. You're not picked by the company. You just you're top of the leaderboards, and that's who's fighting. Your team is good. It's not, oh, we've decided this is who we're esports. I actually haven't thought about how weird that really is. It's kind of like, we'll do esports, but we're gonna do esports our way.
they're trying to curate it in order to go through and give exposure to a broader base of community, basically trying to get more of it represented to the people that are painted on. And I have no point.
Well,
My
thing
victory
is,
was but a dream.
being
Because
an esports team,
that brings more people into the game.
yeah. The thing is, to be an esports team, you don't necessarily have to be the best. You have to have a following. In fact, you will be passed over if you're the best, but someone has a bigger following for you in esports. The following is actually more important than your skill. Barely, though. Skill is very important. But then that's not a Watsy thing, that's just esports. That's how that industry works.
So it's like, yeah, they're going through and it's like, we're not approaching necessarily the top rated players according to what our rankings are. And balancing it by not only how they perform competitively, but then also, like, they're trying to balance it with the personality side of it. Because these are at a like team basically
Which is, yeah.
like that makes sense to go through and target that audience in a better fashion.
They have to. And that's, again, that's not a Watsy. And it's business moves for them. They need to get the game in front of more people.
I think I want to bind so I prevent going up. Like, I was thinking initially End of the God Eternal, but sure.
And I mean, the other thing with the league is it's actually more structured than anything than the pros were before that.
But then it's like they're going through and it's like the way that's restructuring it, it's like I've heard the complaints that it's like taking away from the lower tiers that were going through and giving grinders a actually to vote for this, doing it towards the already established or the people that they're curating.
That's
So
true.
it's like you're going through and taking away these avenues of access that they had.
No, it's actually a good point. I felt before like there was plausibility that I could get myself into the pro scene. I mean, minute as it is. But as soon as I saw the MPL, I'm like, yeah, I will never be in there. There's not even a point to. It's an unattainable goal.
So I don't know. It's just really curious to see how they're approaching this, and it's like, and how just like it seems poorly conceived how all of it, how to what extent, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like the execution is time after time. You're like, wicked, they've gone through and done something awesome, and now it's just gone through and
The deck is great at making people concede.
apparently.
At least this time round. Yeah.
Am I talking too much? I'm sorry, opponents. So like that was something that was huge in the
Yeah, I remember
this week.
that's actually extremely interesting.
Yeah.
Because I normally fall on like one side of like those things. I'm just intrigued by I can really see both sides of the argument of people.
I always try to see both sides of the argument because there's like
Well, yeah,
there's gonna be validity on either side, right?
Well, yeah, I always try to see both sides, but I usually fall towards one side of something and really don't feel like I fall on either side of the argument at the moment.
I like to very much take after the Swiss on the just be like, I'm just gonna be an observer here. Alright, so we're 2 wins in this time.
Yeah.
Doing better.
What does the Magic League actually do anyways?
Well, that was the question that a lot of people had after this announcement. It's like, okay, so it doesn't really stand for Magic Professional. What does the full stand for?
Yeah, well, that's that. No, I mean, like, what do they actually, like... What do they do other than compete? Yeah.
No, because I actually have, like, weekly games. You can stream in. It's the pros playing. Like, that's the whole point of this thing. To go through and showcase it. Actually engage. Arena.
They should advertise better. I was actually not truly aware of that.
Well, they really need to work on their whole campaign and structure for in general. The latest announcement that seems like kind of just a real forehead smacker was because as we talked about, Cardigan and myself, despite how poor financially of a plan it might be, we are gonna go to Magic Fest, not GP Seattle. Guess what they just announced that's happening at the same time? The Mythic Championship 3. Happening in Vegas at the exact same time that they're one of their premier event Magic. Oh, to get rid of here.
Huh, that's pretty crazy.
Do I just take the shot?
Yeah. Sometimes it feels like there's 2 like separate entities within Oxy that are running in different directions.
One arm doesn't talk to the other.
Yeah, that's what it really feels like.
Because I mean, we've known about GP, Magic Fest Seattle since like what?
Yeah, it has not changed.
I mean, are they just passing that off on the fact that like, oh, that's CFB now? That has nothing to do with us.
It seems to be.
Stop hurting myself.
Or maybe their argument is the Seattle. It's so hard not to call them GPs. Magic Fest Seattle is Modern Horizons, so it's modern. Magic League is standard, different formats. In theory, different audiences. I could see how someone could argue that. I don't buy that argument.
So yeah, it's this whole disconnect. The upper, like, really guys? Really? And then, you know, in complete, in a seemingly like, complete opposite of that. Oh yeah, no. I can't really do anything to save myself here.
Hey, maybe in
At least let me look at your hand. For all the good that did me. Because yeah, the other announcement that we ended up having here this week, State of the Beta. Got a bunch of stuff coming in. There's a bunch of awesome stuff coming into the arena. So it's like again, one arm doesn't know what the other one's doing. Well, they got GP for Magic Fest Seattle got going on, but going through scheduling another major event at the same time. But being introduced into it. I was like, stop taking me through this roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, I saw the State of the Beta. I didn't actually get a chance to read it.
We're getting the beautiful stained glass art
Oh, nice.
for all the planeswalkers. So I think like they're either gonna pull or purchase some sort of combination of these. And then as well, I believe it's starting next week, so that's probably what we're gonna be doing next week, if that is in fact when it starts. The War of the Spark event is gonna be like, so each, I guess like each weekend, I don't know if it's gonna be going entire week. Each weekend, presumably, they're gonna be rolling in the new version of it, kind of like tell the story, the War of the Spark, in a way that you can experience through, and then going to be different rewards for it. Each one's going to be a different format. I think it's going to be constructed and some other stuff. They're all going to be free events. And it's not going to be like the kind of thing that we're typically saying right now, which is like 5 wins. First day. It's going to be you play and you just keep on accumulating. It doesn't count.
So you got to just work.
So you just got to grind through the event to go through and get to.
So
the end.
it's you've played Duel, all the other ones, because that's kind of how they had the campaigns, and it was actually worked really well, and it did actually tell the story.
Yeah. So they're using that approach to go through and tell the War of the Spark story with this through different formats that they're using to highlight. I assume through that giving you access to either some of the Planeswalker stained glass art variants, or as well maybe some else, or
So that's definitely an interesting, exciting change.
yeah. So those were the 2 major ones, and there was the other one that was like bringing the chess timer into best of 3. The chess time clock, chess clock.
Oh,
yeah. So they're switching up how it actually turns,
right.
And giving you giving you like a time limit for how long that.
So it's more like
MTGO, and they're just trying to make best of 3 more akin to the actual paper. Period. So yeah,
I'll play that much best of 3, so it doesn't.
Well, yeah, it's like same, right?
Well, he's not an arena.
Yeah, true. The thing is, I mean, even when we do go through and play best of 3, say paper, how much sideboarding do we really do?
Sideboard?
I think I do more sideboarding in limited than I go through and doing like.
Yeah, I don't have any board side on my side here, so no sideboards.
We're terrible. Terrible. Sorry to anyone that's going through and watching this and actually trying to learn anything. We're just sitting here goofing off and having fun while playing Magic. Isn't that really what you're supposed to be doing? Keep. I mean, I can get out the Thought Erasure. You remember last time what happened when I happened at the 2-lander?
2-lander?
I just stayed at 2 forever. Oh, why does it keep on doing this to me? Reroll or keep it? Reroll or keep it? Reroll or keep it? Reroll or keep it?
I'd say keep.
Okay.
Just because there's 2 cards that you're one away. There we go. That's good.
Fine. That's fine. That's not gonna give me the Mox though. Ha!
Oh, but.
No! You're gonna take my Mox, aren't you? Okay, they know what's going up. They know what's going on.
Yeah, I was saying,
Opponent is picking up what I'm putting down. Oratorio. Very nice. Very nice. Not taking my
They were watching the stream at the beginning and it quickly made back to.
Taking my Ashy Larry. That's smart. Pay that. Put out the Mox Amber. Come on. Didn't matter if I played the Duress because I was going to pick up the Mox off of it anyways. Order of events is consequential.
Oh. Probably the contempt.
Yeah. You can keep that card draw. I want the contempt, I guess.
Really, both would be going, but.
Well, ideally both contempts would be going, but there's still that one.
Yeah, that's what I mean by both. There's both contempts. Right.
Okay, so. Alright, at least I'm getting the lands.
Yeah. You know.
Or I could just divest and skip. That'll let me.
Get rid of the other
Thief is,
contempts.
no, it's a creature or artifact, so I can get rid of their thief, so they can actually. I see that as a.
Yeah.
Give me your thief. I want to keep my sanity, please. It's whatever I may.
A little bit amusing to me that you're using divest to steal the thief of sanity.
And then they can just copy it with Lazav. Damn it! All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thing.
That's definitely a thing. I mean, if they can't get the mana, then they're not going to be able to do it anyway, so... Alright, I guess we're Dovin in here. Come on, Thought Erasure. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Back opponent's hand. Another thief! Oh, lordy! I'm gonna take the Davriel, because if they go through and they get one more, then they actually get another one. So let's just go with that. And that'll let me play my Teferi, so that this is gonna make
I'm
all these stuff
impressed
more expensive
anyone would
as
be
well.
so foolish as to face me.
There's nothing to target. I'll target my opponent. I'll target their Moxham. Their Mox can't hurt me. I want to play my tip. Do I want to? Let's go green. Play Teferi. It lets me play something bigger off of it, so that's not a bad thing.
Teferi, I can see it. I can see them. Have you actually gotten to the end of any of these games?
The variant that I've been playing for this in Constructed is, or in like actual standard, really no. People will just concede. I mean, there are win conditions in this deck.
Yeah.
But, like, typically it's just...
To be fair, I usually concede against Teferi decks.
You don't know how many times the past couple of days that I've seen people auto-concede either from Baby Teferi or Big T. Nope, I've seen this one too many times.
Well, I told you about this when I was playing Standards. I actually had a surprising number of people was last grinding concede because I had Teferi as my avatar.
Yes.
Who was playing Red Burn.
Yep.
But they didn't even want to see what I had. They're just like, nope. I'm not gonna lie, that's why I was running it.
I think I'm gonna mull again. Yeah, I can at least Thought Erasure off.
I'm just like, every time, 2 lands.
Every
2 lands.
single
It's
time.
like,
I mean, sure, I went a little bit slimmer on the lands for this deck just because we have the advantage of being able to cascade off. And I figured being able to get a early Moxed out is gonna clear faster.
yeah.
So I figured I didn't necessarily need to go as heavy on the lands and slap it up as a 25 land deck. I think I went either 20 or 20.
Not bad.
Like, it shouldn't be that bad. I mean,
It's just weird that it's always That's what I'm finding fascinating. Like,
Well, I mean, when I had it higher, the variance that I was getting, I was just getting flooded.
right?
It was ridiculous. So I was just like, okay, let's just cut out more lands and put in more walkers, put in more utility.
There's somebody I watched at some point who done some
Bottom deck.
experiments in Arena that found that like there was like a certain number of lands. If you'd had too many, over a certain number, you were very likely to be flooded. But if you had under a certain number, you're also likely to get flooded.
Yeah, it's like, what was it? If you had 3 or more lands, you're just gonna go through the draw nothing but land.
But yeah. No, your opening hand. There's that too. But no, it was also in your deck too. The number of lands in your
really?
deck affected.
Well, I mean, I remember all the talk early
That's
on where people were
allegedly,
going through,
though.
yeah. Well, no, I remember all the talk early on where people were like, "Oh, right." I can't even shock myself off.
Okay.
Where people were talking about like the actual amount of cards in your deck and being like, "Nah, you can actually play 61, 41 cards
Right.
for the amount, the makeup because of the way that it was RNGing on your opening hands and then distribution throughout." Like, there was a couple of different approaches where I was like, okay, yeah, why not? I'm gonna play the Channeler because again, I could probably just get a Razor off of it. Go for the higher cost. Oh, I'm gonna get the Mox instead. Alright.
I mean, the interesting thing is technically.
Did I not play it? Did I decline it? Oh, crap. Sorry, guys.
Wait.
Punt.
Just chatting.
Yeah.
But yeah, in theory, Arena would actually be more random than paper.
So why does it feel like I always end up getting Mana Flute screwed or flooded? Which, I mean, I guess Mana Flood is a different variant of Mana.
Yeah, well, that's in theory. I don't know how they shuffle.
They've got a walker coming down. Just play Casmina for value. Hold on to the bindings so I can get rid of. Great, but. Zero. All the walkers. Woo, 0.
Under my instruction, you will steer
Planeswalker
the course
party.
of destiny.
Heck yeah.
Focus on what matters.
Starting. Just ditch the duress. I'll be able to probably get a free one off of a Thought Erasure in. No taskies. Keep those on the chunk. Oh. Ganyangu is great for being able to ramp out into good things. They're gonna be able to play that.
It's nice to meet you. I'd love a friendly duel.
And of any color. Oh wait, it doesn't have any black ones on it.
Share in my
Oh wait,
strength.
now it does. So tap both. Play Wild Growth? Yep, there it is. There it is. Alright, Ixalan's Binding I'll get more value off of.
Okay. Wild Growth.
Well, that's the thing, it's like...
Was the question, not
I
my...
feel like I should hit the Wild Growth blocker rather than wait for Teferi or Nisa to drop. Because I can...
The Thought Erasure doesn't do Planeswalker.
Oh, it hits any card.
Oh, does it?
It hits any card.
So you could get rid of...
I could hit either one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe I
both,
should
though.
do that.
It might be better.
My students are loyal geniuses.
I mean, that way the
Fountain's gone. Alright, let's... Go with the...
Yeah, you can't
Kaya.
do both. It's...
Do I hope that I'll get the free one, or do I just try and Walker?
I would deny him the Walker.
Alright.
Between that and Ixalan Binding, you can stop both of the things in the hand. If you...
Artifact or creature. Dang it! If it was a duress instead of a divest, it would. Yes. Come on, Kevin. Okay, so who am I getting rid of? I think I want to get rid of you.
I was about to say that extra mana. As annoying as Teferi is.
I can still bind in Teferi, right?
Yeah.
Teferi can come down, he can bounce one there. Bind him. Make sure that he doesn't go. No, I was like, they're not actually getting any explore triggers to benefit. There they are.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
We. On the
Hold
real,
that
though,
thought.
it's true what I've been hearing. Every game now seems like it's just
Set really does.
yeah. What are we expecting with Uncommons Planeswalkers? Rare plane.
We'll do this together.
Great, the mythic bottle. Flop.
Oh, the Mythic wasn't there either, so.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other counterpoint. All the Planeswalkers. Which is why Elder Spell just looks good. Oh, the proliferating! Oh, the heights. Oh, the heights.
Oh, what is it ever? Everything.
That was the painful part too. Oh wait, do I have any Kaya's Rat? I don't even
think
remember
so.
anymore.
I don't think you do. When we were going through it, I don't remember as rat.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, they can't target my stuff. I don't think they'll do right now anyways. Transport! I don't think that Excellence Binding's gonna save me, dude.
No, I don't think so.
Ooh wee! Even need to shock myself. Oh.
Find E all of the above?
If only?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty screwed.
Yeah, I'm like. You know, Walker? Big Walker?
Okay. Sure. I mean, that gives me another use out of Cascade. Do I take the big walker, or do I go through and take Teferi like I originally?
I don't know.
I know, Teferi doesn't feel like the biggest threat at the moment. There's no
That's why I
winning
was
this.
asking what you. I'm like,
There's no winning this! Ah, crap! Alright, give me another body.
Hone your control.
Alright, Graves going to the graveyard. Alright, no attacks. Oh, this is looking bad.
You got this.
Oh, this is looking bad! Holy...
No time for a break.
Other interesting news this week. Did you hear about the big sale that was happening?
A big,
Yep. Well, I mean,
I
we did
will
have a
help you through
leak
this.
for the purported dates for the Steam Summer Sale, but there was also the Epic Game Store sale.
yeah, the epic. Was it, everything is like 5 for 10?
Anything,
Or anything over 15 was like.
anything over 15, they were giving you additional $10 on addition to.
Right.
Like there was multiple things that were stacking up, and as a result of it, 2 different games ended up getting pulled after the sale started. Because they're like, wait a minute, we didn't sign up. Yeah. That was the funnier part out of all of that.
So they're like, wait, we don't want to be on your.
Like, no, we never signed up to actually go through and undercut ourselves this much.
And I guess Epic is just expecting the developer to eat the cost.
Well, no, I'm assuming that Epic is the ones that are going through and being like, I'm gonna die anyway here. Trying so hard. It seems like really epic was going through another different on the pocket in a similar fashion to I imagine they're doing with their game every 2 weeks kind of thing.
Yeah, just.
But yeah, for the Empire Bloodline upcoming, that one looked really cool. Big announcement. One of that. Empire of the Mask. Like, wait a minute, we didn't talk. And then the other one was, I think.
Really?
Yeah. But then both of those people were speculating that, like, possibly just because of the fact that like, they are also selling just on at the same time. It could have been kind of that.
They just, or they don't want to feel like they don't want to support one over the other. They're just like we want our game available to everybody.
Yeah, we want it to be fair and accessible.
Shocking the studio for that do not do it in our city.
I know, that's crazy. It's like
Dispelling phantasms makes me feel good.
Yeah. I was just upset that they didn't qualify for any positions.
Join my cause.
I'd love to be able to play that under the God tournament. That's not gonna. Cool, I'll gain some.
The land will not
Shuffling me off
It's
my
so
mental
hard
coil.
here. No attacks. There's no way that I can.
Play a Cleansing Nova. That's all.
Different deck. Different deck. I got one. Not this one. Yeah, that's true. Ranger. For that explorer game, that life. Oh, so nice. I'm so screwed. Come on, swing out, kill me. Kill me now.
Keep up the pace.
Kids. Pressing F for Chad. Pressing F for Chad. That's another one too.
Teamwork is strength.
I want to build some Oathbreaker decks. Actually, I have Oathbreaker decks built. I want to build more Oathbreaker decks. And get more cards for said decks. Oh! 7/9 Wild Growth Walker. Good luck! Alright. Well, I guess 3 wins is as far as I got with this deck. The Esper Cascade variant. But... Oh, snap! I got some gems! Because I guess I got a duplicate on an M19 rare. Sweet! And a Daring Buccaneer. Daring Buccaneer. Birds. Herb. Havens. Anyway. Ganzo, check out my gems. Nice. Because I guess I ended up getting an M19 rare duplicate.
Huh, it actually tells you the set. I have yet to actually have that proc for me. Which is both good and bad, because it means I'm not, like...
You're not getting the duplicates, but so you're not necessarily needing the protection, but...
And my collection is obviously not so bolstered that...
We're
like,
not...
we can't really give you a card, so yeah, it's like, oh, you don't have these, here you go.
We're not having the problem that we were having pre-wipe.
Oh, man. My collection has never recovered since closed beta had opened. To be fair, though, they did throw cards at you like a dude, so that helped.
And I mean, there was that one point where, like, before they ended up having the extra wave when they were in closed beta, like, They ended up puking out like either 74 packs. Here you go.
Yeah.
Ixalan block, knock yourself out. So many dinosaurs, so many vampires. Anyway. Let's take one more attempt. That last one got me to 3 out of 5. So it's definitely better than the one. Made it better than half, but it's still not quite breaking even. I don't know. I want something that can perform better, but I have no idea what. Do I go and try and approach the life gain that we saw some people attempting? I mean, I've got straight just burninating the countryside. I've got a mill deck. I've got a big stompy dragons deck.
Personally, I think the life gain or
Then mill.
no. Let's see. I can.
What are you going to be running? Anything else?
See what I have. Other maybe like a mono white or a.
Okay, I'm going to go for the big stompy then.
I'm trying to think what else I have in me. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't go all control, sometimes I just play Timmy. And honestly,
the weenie deck, the Timmy deck.
Because now it's not necessarily just white weenies. You have so many different colors of weenies that you spam out on the board. Red weenies,
Just
blue
have to be
weenies,
small.
black weenies,
Just
green
small
weenies.
1/1s.
Well, it usually helps when you.
Yeah.
Anyway, honestly, I've been having fun with this deck in standard anyway. This thing is stupid. I mean, it doesn't necessarily perform very well. Not consistent. When it goes off, god damn, is it satisfying. Like, I tweeted about it earlier this week. I went through and I made some changes. I tried to balance it out because I was just getting flooded on. And I threw in... Seems like a bad idea to... Let's do it.
Sound logic.
Yeah, clearly.
That doesn't look so good. Let's keep.
Yep. I think like I ended up getting a pig god during one of the Hillard, the boar god. I ended up getting another one out of one of the packs. I have like two. Decided to throw them in here. They work really, really.
Big god.
Yeah. Oh god. Flat myself for two. Get out a Luna War. Nope, it's not gonna benefit from anything. However, if opponent bit flame. Nope, Draconic Disciple instead. That's cool. And more life. Stop myself even. And off of that, I should probably be getting Anador. Thank you, Druid!
Going out pretty good, actually.
I was kind of hoping that the way that spells were structured and the way that the curve was working out, I was benefiting. There we go, Pelt Collector.
Pelt Collector, that's it. I knew what you were talking about.
That thing is evil.
We were talking about trying to come up with a name. What were we calling it? Like Beast, whatever.
No, because that's a different one. This
Is
the
it?
one that this one gets bigger when it's
okay, so
larger. The other one was I think it's the Beast was like a 2/3 for 4. Whenever you play a creature, you draw a card.
Apparently, I've got them both mixed together in my mind.
I guess we're gonna go with the larger one here. Yeah. Forget them. Fixing that whole thing. Okay, do I go straight to the face or do I give myself the ability to ping their creatures for 2?
Two.
Okay.
You've got targets right now.
Well, yeah, I do.
And you're not really aggro, so you are rolling out very aggro. Yes, you
Can
are. but-
be.
Yes. Yeah, no, it can be, but I mean, you're not like that's not your only strategy, and you don't.
Yes, it's happening. All right, so I think we're gonna have to go Ilarg here.
What does Poor God do?
Whenever he attacks, you can put a creature from your hand on the battlefield, tap and attacking. Return it to your hand. Like end step. So enter the battlefield triggers trigger off every single time. It's obscene, dude.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I would, but we could get the Pelt Collect too. Yeah, you posted those. Swing in with the 5.
Don't have enough for the boar and the spit flame. But if I play the boar, I might be able to get something.
Yeah.
I want to get that on the board as soon as possible. And it's another
Boar
gift of
round.
paradise. That's fine. Slap it on the mountain as well. Does that work twice? I don't think it
won't work
does.
twice. It's all separate. We've had a lot of conceits today.
We'll see what's going on and then they nope out. Also, I think I might be taking two people also.
Yeah, good for them.
Sorry. Slow play. I'm getting penalized for slow play.
Good.
The only reason that I put in Nicol Bolas Dragon God in there was because it's dragon. Realistically, if I had better dragons, I would have put those in there because it benefited more. I don't have enough demanding dragons. One, but I did. Yeah, that works. Got skis. Pull my Lamamore elf. I'll find out when I play the Druid of the Cowl. No, I had a Druid.
Get both.
No, the other one that I thought the other one that I had was Draconic Disciple. Anyhow, let's find out. I've swapped out this deck. There it is. There it is. Doo, 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 doo. Leave my dorks alone.
The bells made me think of Game of Thrones, because that was the name of the last episode. But have you seen a thing about the petition going around?
I was wondering which one of us was going to get to that
At your
first.
service.
But the best part of it is every time I read an article about it, there's 100,000 more people who've signed it.
Last I counted it at, it was over 750,000. Last headline, that is.
Last I thought I saw was a million.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the
Well,
first
no,
time I
well-
saw it was like 300,000, and I saw it 400,000.
First time
then it was
that I
like
saw-
600,000.
First time that I saw it, it was 30,000. And then it just kept on ballooning from there. It went from like 30,000 to like 100,000 really quick. And then again, I heard of it at like over 750,000. Like, what?
Yeah, that's a lot of. That's a lot of people, but it's
That's a lot
It's
of
such a
people
small
that
percentage.
want a reroll. I really should have played the mountain there, but
we're talking.
yeah, I'm getting distracted by our conversation.
There was
And-
something like 17 million viewers for like the last episode, so that's only a 17th of the people watching it that have signed it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's gonna, you know, that that's more representative.
Oh yeah,
No,
of course,
then-
of course. All I can imagine is that, I forget the name. DB
D-
Weiss.
Yeah.
I'm probably
David
very
Benioff.
happy that they've signed a contract for their next
E.B.
deal
Weiss and
already.
David Benioff.
Yeah, have already signed their Star Wars deal.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
the thing.
Star
It's
Wars
like,
can't get any worse.
ouch.
I'm sorry.
You haven't even been watching the new Star Wars. How do you know?
No. I really don't know. It was too good of a burn not to go
I
with
know,
it.
I know.
I don't truly believe that one.
All the comments that we're gonna get, I hate now.
I believe it.
Well, that's the thing. That's part of the bit of speculation that, like, are they eating out of there just so they can move on to Star Wars? Are they moving on because they're just so, like, they're just so burnt out what they're doing at the moment? Is it a combination of the two?
Well, and they didn't necessarily sign up to write the end of the story.
That's one of the things that I've been saying is that I imagine that they thought they were going to have more sword figures on this thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
They were expecting to have at least another book to be able to work off of.
Yeah,
So they wouldn't have had to fill in so many books. Which is why
there
this
was-
season has really felt so disjointed.
yeah, I swear there was somewhere something that I'm talking about. Somewhere where they figured there was going to be figured it was.
Darkness be gone.
Yeah, I'm not winning.
But yeah, I love the fact that they. The thing is, would be nice to get another final season, but the only faith I would have that it was actually be good if the final book comes out and they base it off of it.
Yeah, I think it's too.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. That book's probably not gonna come out. If it does, it's not gonna be soon.
Well, I mean, the other thing is this is like. Like, some people were positing that
In
maybe this is like
exchange for eternal
George,
servitude.
beta testing, standing on a wider audience. And it's like, realistically, it's probably just like, again, them working off of his loop. Not approach.
Yeah, well, and he even admits there was like broad strokes. And as there's an interview with him where he says like they know the pieces, but he doesn't think that they're going to come back. They're not going to get to the conclusion the same way he will.
Well, yeah.
Without, he didn't know because he wasn't actually involved.
That's the thing. It's like really
I walk
looking
a
at
righteous path.
I was on board, despite the sloppiness of the writing in the later season. I was on
Lend
board
you
up
my
until we got to
strength.
the Battle of, and that's kind of for me where it all fell apart. I just started feeling really hypercritical of it afterwards. Like, that kind of just like that broke it for me. I was so underwhelmed by that though. Like, and now I can't go through and really give to him last tool.
I was starting to get worried at the beginning of this the setup for the.
Well, the thing is,
That was like it felt like more cracks were already showing in the beginning of the season than had for several. But yes, the Battle of Winterfell.
that was the decisive one for me.
Yeah, I was like, he died. Nobody like nature.
So it's like really that.
But it is fun to see those petitions to remake it. It's kind of a yeah, we
Once
don't.
again.
It really just shows the amount of. Yeah, it really shows how far the show has fallen.
Oh, what was the other one I was reading? Was a quote from the off or whatever. About the,
So many of those, dude.
but it was about the Star
Master.
Wars and people being worried, and it's like, well, a good story needs a good ending. I was like, I don't know when the quote was taken from. I'm like, ooh. I wonder if they weren't thinking about how much this statement's gonna bite them.
Well, the thing is, I ended up like, and my complaint with it is not where the characters, what the characters are doing. Like, my problem with it is how they've gone. Like that's part of what some people feel like. It's like, okay, where is this coming from? Because it's like, are people going through and having a negative reaction to it because they're not happy with how the characters are actually behaving and acting? Like,
Yeah.
with the end outcomes that we're getting? Like, is that why this is happening?
I think there's some of that too. But that's because some of the like you know, the about turns were really just like snap of the fingers type feeling. Like there wasn't a development change character. It just changed arbitrarily.
Well, it's like
It's so hard to talk about the last season without like
without really going through and
yeah,
spoiling
without
anything.
saying anything that could be
Misconstrued.
yeah. I mean, this thing is like, well, people are upset with like the big reveal, but that for sure was his plan.
Yeah.
That,
Well, it's the
that
thing.
was always his plan.
I think a lot of those story beats that they're hitting are the ones that Martin intended to do so. The issue is with the way that they got there, and a lot of the criticism that this season really needed 10 episodes and not 6.
Yes.
Like, you needed more to go through and flesh out the story to make it feel more justified in how we're actually getting to where we are. To have it feel more earned.
And honestly, it's a problem that started right as soon as they were no longer at source material. It felt like the pace.
This is it.
Felt like the pace kept like stacking and faster and faster. Like, because it was such a slow roll in the story to begin with. And I feel like we got just past the midway point, and then they sprinted to the finish line.
No sword can pierce
The
my
show started
scales.
deviating from the book after, like, from season 5, or like after. But then,
You know, they started
to me.
deviating really a season 2 or 3. It was actually surprisingly early on. They were small, but
They were still there.
they started to really deviate.
yeah,
Because the first season was only omission,
okay.
but I believe there were a change or two in the second season.
Because there really was, like, was it season 5 then? That was when involvement with the actual hitting? The
think-
creative,
3 or 4 was when.
I think it was 4 where you can tell, at least in the way that, right off the bat, the dialogue.
Yeah, but 6 is also when the book.
Yeah. 6 is where the books ran out, and 7 they were the notes.
Yeah, but and I'm sure
Whoops.
they were probably actually able to get more information about the story, the book that's being written right now. They're doing that stuff. They're able to pick Martin's brain, whereas he probably hasn't even come to all the conclusions of the finales, other than those broad strokes. And he himself in an interview admitted that he told them 3 years ago, and said he's not actually sure they're going to hit all the points that he laid out. Well, there's another thing he did.
It's gonna let me end up digging it off of. I'll take it. I burn here. Oh, the enforcer. Unblock.
And for me, the biggest thing I noticed this season,
Oh. I want to get left, even though Larg I don't act off of it. Put another big fire on the board. I don't have red that I can. But uptick Sarkin.
They are coming.
I may as well swing with Sarkin.
yeah, so newest season, what I find is I don't find myself rewatching the episodes. Sometimes I'll watch it, but never multiple times. For some of the old ones, like
Yeah.
I would watch like 3
Yeah, I
times
agree.
between like Sunday to Sunday just to get all the info out of it.
it was so densely packed with so much information that you had to pick apart because there was so much going on in situations. Dialogue was gods. The dialogue was strong then.
Yeah. So
Free folk going through and quoting Bobby B. No love for the kneelers, dude. No love for the.
When's the Magic the Gathering High Fantasy series coming?
Yeah. I mean, I was all hyped for it off of the trailer that they had, and then they went through and did the trailer disservice by coming out with another version of it that had different music and it was differently. Right. So I'm like, ah. And then, okay, well, you know, maybe they'll be able to hit that same high point with like the Ravnica book. And after that, I'm like, okay, maybe we shouldn't go through and do like any sort of like film property or anything like that. Oh, tribs.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Okay.
Who's the card we were playing, and you joked about me top decking something, but I actually pulled it back from the graveyard, and then you got rid of it, and then I top decked it the turn after that.
I can't even remember what that was.
Yeah, I don't remember the card was, but like the scenario was so hilarious.
Golden, dude, golden.
The worst part is we actually would have gotten that recorded, but not a voice interaction.
Yes, now I'm... No!
Happening?
It's happening! What, I can pull another one back?
Apparently.
Alright, pull all of them back. Yeah. Oh wait. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
It gives you the option.
Oh. Smart. I guess...
Clear the airways?
Yeah. Give myself a nice direct path. Because have you read the static ability?
I have, but I've forgotten what it is.
Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, each dragon you control does 1 damage to that creature. I've got 4 dragons out.
As long as they don't have a ballista, you're good.
They haven't rolled the Eternal format into Magic Arena yet. I'm hoping that they go back as far as Con so we can go through and have it as like proper postmodern, the way that we proposed it.
But no, that was a Game of Thrones shot.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's basically what it's on the Reaper. Yeah, it's basically.
No, I thought it was the Stingers.
Stingers, that's what it was.
Well, okay, did you go through and see the message, the Reddit post that I sent you?
No, I didn't. I was in the middle of something when you sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh, I'll check this out later."
Well, the other thing is now that the post is gone. I went through and looked for it. Damn it, it's gone because it was like, it was patch updates for season 5 season 8 episode 5 compared to season 8 episode 4. So they went through and they nerfed the Stinger. They also got rid of...
Oh no, I did see that, right, yeah, the video.
Yes. No, it was just the like patch notes.
Oh, was it?
Actual text where they were going through and talking about like things that were readjusted as if it were a video game for the balance to account for the complete changes from episode 4 to episode 5. In that, like, you know, it was such an...
Again, you win as opponent concedes.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of that, unfortunately. So yeah, it was like a bunch of balance changes and stuff like that, as if it was patch notes for a video game. Now they like nerfed the Stinger and a bunch of other things that account for it being like all this ridiculous stuff. Where you're like,
awesome.
oh, it's so good.
think I've told you about it before. There's a YouTube series that I've watched before. I can't remember the name of it. It's really good. And the guy talks about different eras and histories and all the creatures. But he talks about it like he's talking about a server and like the patches to Earth. Like it's in the same vein. And it's like, yeah, the dinosaur classes were overpowered in this version of the Earth.
So they went through and just completely, wiped them and started.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like that type of language, but it's actually quite educational. Like it's really good.
The approach and the format.
I wish I remembered the name of the series. It's really good.
Awesome. I don't have any early game.
The early game, you just can't play it. Early game.
Really? Why you gotta do me like this, game? Do me dirty, yo. Wow. Maul down to 2. This is awesome. This is definitely how we get to play and enjoy and have fun. Yeah, I think it's kind of funny that people are going through and calling for a reroll because, I mean, as nice as it would be to have 8 told in a satisfying way that really hits, like, it's late. You can't reroll this in any effective manner. Like, you would basically have to go through, starting from the rewriting. And then going to shooting, like you'd probably want to try and consolidate that with some of the stuff that's already been filmed. Do it as like a reshoots and re-edit. Yeah. But like, it would end up coming out so far after the fact.
And not even the final season. They should go back like at least a season.
It's like, no, let's just go through and start again from like end of season 4 and just reroll all that.
Even if they just took the end of from the beginning of last season. Actually, I was watching last season.
I'm just
thinking how far they go.
It's done.
Yeah, it's done. It's not the same. It's not the same effect. Like some of those major points are going to be the same, and they're not going to have any impact because kind of know what's supposed to happen.
Yep. They're going through and getting rid of the shit. Oh, this one's going to do
Exploration deck.
The more interesting variant that I've been seeing coming up this one? The Golgari and the Dreadhorde decks.
Huh.
Where they're going through and using wild growth walkers and exploration to build up their life. And then using command Dreadhorde.
Huh.
And then hopefully having enough wild growth walkers to get all of the main triggers off the still propping the up again. Those decks are disgusting. Very nice. And I have a different variant that I get going, but I need more cards to. Bolus's Dreadhorde. Completely different kind of thing. I think actually that one was not the gold card. I think that. Let's see, yes, guy. Because I think they were splashing it. Huh. Because I believe she has the value of being able. This is better. Druid, I can play. Come on, Druid. Give me something. Lost.
Actually quite nice how that works out.
Get the whole cascade going. Even doing addition. Oui. Ramp speeds. worth it, but whatever. Goes through, nothing. That's a thing. Mana dorks, attack! Because I got nothing else. Not actually getting any cards that I can play. Nib's not gonna happen here. I don't have any chromatic lanterns. Ooh. Excuse. The healing, nice.
Look at that, dude. Planeswalker off of a Planeswalker.
I guess it doesn't really matter at this point.
Give them the shock, so if they want it.
Yeah.
Gotta pay.
I guess that's all I got going. If I could finale or to dig out, I guess a Nikki B. Yeah, they can't remove it. I mean, otherwise I'm just gonna keep on playing mana dorks and actually doing anything.
Kinda need to do something, especially after that move.
Yep. Yes! So it is taking into account the X cost. That is fantastic.
Feel the heat of my flames!
That immediately works with the ability of discard to get to go and make a dragon. Anything greater, it dies. Bonus
Your
box.
end has
Sarkin in
arrived!
Dragon decks is ridiculous, dude. Sarkin the Masterwork, being able to create dragons and then off of it is just like you shut down mono blue, mono white, mono red aggro. You shut those. Red can kind of get around it. Like,
The wild wasn't meant to be
Yeah.
contained.
tribunals. Who with their count. As long as you play around
That can't
stuff.
help you now.
Oh, Nikki B. And I don't even have the right mana to be able to contempt that.
Contempt for this.
My base, why you gotta do me like that? I don't even have enough red to play Illarg.
Woot woot.
Okay, so who do I go after here? I throw Sarkin up in the air. I guess I'm taking out Vivian. And... Sure.
Are you ready?
Vivian can go through and start taking out my dragons. Not cool. And Karn,
Not bad.
card advantage and
For
your
a mouse.
constructs are just your Karn structs. Too much, dude. Too much. Alright, we'll play another dork just to get another out. I'd really rather lose cards, but that ain't gonna happen.
Unless you can.
Look at how
Something
successful I've been off of 3 mana though.
Actually, it is quite impressive. Your mana dorks are really what are helping you go.
Yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure I tweeted this earlier this week. Turn 3 Illarg feels pretty good.
From 3.
I think it was a turn 3 Illarg, then I followed it up with a Lapis on my next turn. And then when I swung, it was
but
another
I
dragon
will
that I ended up
finish it.
putting in. I was swinging with like, I think it was 10 or 11 power. And then creating a dragon off of Lapis was gross.
No.
Oh, hostage taker. That's
Uh-oh.
gonna suck.
Hostage.
A little pain. What a stuff I've made.
Stompo Grizzy. Not gonna let me play Contempt, but at least I can throw. Darken, why? Alright. Here's hoping I get something good off these bills. Yes! Okay, so... Probably want to go for Soren though. Even though that doesn't
Get rid of it.
I've seen these tricks before.
Still brings it down to 1.
I will call the dragons.
I can't justify.
Oh, that life gain though. Still gonna.
That's gonna be annoying. So assuming they're gonna swing with Niv and end up jumping with the dragon. But hopefully on the back. Oh no, crap. Never mind. They're taking. Wait, which? They're gonna take Ilarg, aren't they?
Wait.
I was really hoping to be able to swing with him on the. I wanted to be able to play Niv.
My protection.
Of course.
You can be at your best.
Billy, gone.
Planeswalker out of that too.
Teo? Yeah.
Oh man.
Teo's funny because you figure it doesn't do much, but it's quite well. Not nearly as good as a Shalai, but still. I mean, you can't cast it, but off the board. Oh, Gids! Oh,
Man.
Let me lead the charge
yeah,
into
they're getting
darkness.
their super friends on way more than... They got technically 3 walkers in here.
You've just got friends.
Yeah.
They're not super friends.
They're talking about mine are super acquaintances.
Super acquaintances.
Prepare for battle.
I mightily know this guy.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I'm willing to do what he does.
Which is why they can never assemble on the field at the same time. Because they're so disjointed in their communications and their organization. Because, you know, acquaintances, very loose.
Genius is as genius does.
Yeah. Okay, so when it copies it, it doesn't actually get to enter the battlefield trigger?
Yeah.
I fear no pain.
Feed the strong.
Arcano. I gotta protect Sarks. No! Ow.
Listen to the.
Oh, jeez.
Watch this.
I mean, realistically, I should probably just let Sarkin die. I don't care. Doing your
Talk to
walls!
the wall.
Ugh. Well, Dragon Egg's not gonna get me much, but whatever, I'll play it anyway.
This giant, please tear down that wall.
Cast down doesn't get rid
You got nifted.
No.
Those non-legendary rights.
I'm like, I could get rid of the hostage taker, but that's not gonna bring me back to Ilarg because I already put it there, so I may as well just get rid of the beefy construct away. And Sarkin is totally gonna die now.
Might demands power.
I'm not even fucking with Sarkin. Feels bad, man.
I mean, you can guarantee his death if you attack.
You definitely take him out early, and then they'll swing to the face instead.
Yeah.
That's preferable.
No, but you can do it.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh-wee.
God,
So
I'm still on the coffee crash now.
Got this, dude. Got this.
say?
Thinking back around to Arena, the class walkers. There was also an announcement earlier, I think a week prior, where they've gone through and talked about the Japanese walkers. I think they were bringing those ones in. They were getting, kind of like taking loose, unofficial polls for the community, kind of getting suggestions as to what, but not actually as like, I don't think we're getting them as alternate artwork. I think we're getting them as yeah, I personally would have like give us both.
Yeah, just put them in as a
we like ones that you can either only earn or buy or whatever. Give us some sort of way of actually getting those alternate artwork. Oh, that's so good.
Woo! Slow clap is totally deserved.
Come on.
If you slow the clap, you know.
Challenge time.
You don't realize you're slowly dying inside.
Dude, going through and being able to hit off that Nikki B to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna copy your Sarkin and check out my super friends to your face. Oh. Woo.
You're dead right now, aren't you?
I'm dead on board. Completely dead on board. I have no flyers. They're gonna be swimming in overhead for what? 26?
I was there. I stopped counting when they had lethal.
They're well over. They don't even need to swim. Come on, I'm gonna give you the satisfaction of actually killing me off here. Fine.
But yeah, so it would be interesting with alternate Planeswalker arts. They put them in packs.
That's like randoms that you can hit. Yeah.
Just like, you know, make it so that all the words are kind of like a
Come on, listen to them
chance
roar.
and then maybe add some ways to earn them, but just be like, alright, there's this, you know, 2-week period. You open more of the Spark, you've got cats.
Somewhat akin to, for anyone that went through and played Team Fortress 2, the usuals.
Yeah.
That for the time when that event is happening, you have the opportunity to open that special
Mass unbox.
I felt afraid of that as well.
Tried it once. I just mass unboxed more times than I should have. Which
You and me both, buddy!
Which the answer of how many is too many is 1.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even get in.
ooh.
Well, I think the annoying Esper deck did a little bit better. But I mean, in fairness, that was after a reroll.
True, but it worked though.
Yeah, so annoying works in this mode, though we still haven't broken them. So we're gonna do a swap ski here, so that Ganzo can take the helm with some different deck variants, and I'm gonna shuffle over and open some. Yep. So let's do the shuffle. Do 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 do. Okay. Yep, there is a pre-release kit in there, but that is for Ganzo. Give him the pleasure of that. All right.
I've decided to organize them since last time.
Yeah, apparently. Let's go for the only core that we have left in here, since we still have the pre-release kit sitting there waiting for us anyways. So let's get to cracking on this bad boy. And hopefully there's a Nikki B in here, because those things are like well over $30 right now.
Did not complain.
Yeah, dude. I mean, considering we've only gotten the whatchamacallit, the flip token for it, to be able to show what it actually is. Alright, I'm gonna move the box a little bit here to actually get myself comfortable. Yeah, look at all those nice Ultra Pro accessories. But what we're actually here for is the cards. The one. Starting off with a Daybreak Top Lynn. Creatures. Alright, yeah. Scholar of Stars. Tormenting Voice for those wonderful, wonderful Phoenix decks everyone loves. Dwarven Priest. Iron Blade. Centaur Corsa. 3/3 for 3s, not. Vampire Neonate. 19, man. It's like I don't feel we really did much with. There we go. Okay.
No, we really didn't.
Focus. I mean, there was, which isn't to say that there weren't good cards in it.
I don't think you actually cracked any of your own packs of M19, did you?
No, I did bundle.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did get a bundle. That's
Bundle,
right.
and that was it. Explosive Apparatus, and now moving into the uncommons, we are starting off with Millstone. I can't believe that they reprinted Millstone.
Freaking awesome. And it just really didn't show up anywhere.
Nah,
there's so much better mill now.
Well, that was like that's for limited, man.
Yeah,
you don't go through and throw that in. It, so there are more surprising inclusions in constructed these days than one would typically expect. Anyway, heroic reinforcements. That one is putting in work in those Boros annoying decks. I've seen it pop up more than once in those like feather heroic decks.
I've seen it too.
Oh, that's nasty for a. And then we have a Fell Vector. Alright, rare. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Oh, snap. Okay, so we've got a Mystic Archaeologist. Nice. So get your card draw on if you're going through and doing what was the mode? Yeah, Omniscient one? Omniscience one where you can just go through and play cards for free. You start off with 3 and then like basically you just want to draw all the cards.
I think that's what it was.
I can't remember. I think it's Omniscience.
What that mode.
Whatever. Okay, and now we know we have a foil behind it, and it's a Vine Mare. Nice. Hexproof Horsey. Pretty awesome. 5/3 hexproof for 4. Yeah. Off of 4. That's good. That's good value. Nice. So archaeologist and a shiny horse. Cool. So let's jump into the mood, by which I mean the mode.
But it's definitely the mood.
The mood, the mode, the meowed.
This loss is gonna put me in quite the mood. Knocked out the
power
something
on the monitor.
Just a sec, I can't see anything.
Sorry. What was it that I unplugged?
I don't know. Plausible you've unplugged something from behind the machine? No. No, I shouldn't have done for that monitor. It's gotta be the monitor. Sorry, guys.
Crap. I've knocked out the monitor that we're gaming on. This is awkward.
It did knock it.
I was just wibbling it. Trying to frame us better. And is it like the HDMI in the back? Oh, you got it? Yeah. Okay. I was just about to go onto the desk.
I think you knocked the power out, but it didn't turn itself back on.
Sorry.
I hit the power button.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through and.
So I am going to just try my mono red aggro.
Cool. Well, that's the thing. I had my mono red deck that I was thinking about playing, but like.
I was planning on building a deck for it, but unfortunately life got in the way, so I haven't had a chance to.
Unfortunately, that happens.
But in my testing, it fared better than I thought maybe, even though I kind of thought it would kind of. I mean, burn. What's a better spell to pull than a burn? Because there's always something you can target.
Yep. When it's any target, it's always something you can target.
Yeah, and I mean, I put a nice golden frame around your target and stuff. Remember? Thunder it.
Woo! Good time. Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties there, but defo back.
Defo back. But it must be funny to like see from home because we're just freaking out over essentially nothing.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? I can see the game.
Of course, you know what we haven't done? Switch back over to gameplay.
So yeah, they're just seeing the cards the whole time.
Yep. Whoops!
Sorry, guys.
Professional streamers, definitely. Going back to bringing up, well, basically beating the dead horse. Going back to Game of Thrones.
Oh, let's light up the stage. I think I don't want to. I hate when it's heat on the above. Oh, and they have a freaking thought erasure too. I didn't see that.
Oh no. Pulling your whirler on. So yeah, it's my main issue with the ending are pacing and I can still totally see their intent. Doesn't feel.
It's not. They're not getting to it in a satisfying way.
No. We're not getting there in a way. And so, yeah. People are like, well, you know, it's probably just HBO, and, you know. People what?
Fire band because I want to save the light. That's some good value for her death.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, it's like everyone's like, well, maybe it's just HBO being cheap, but they've D.B. Weiss and David Benioff have gone through in interviews and said that HBO was willing to go throw more money at it, yeah, more shows. But they said that they only had this many hours of story planned out for the finale. That's in their vision how they saw it. I unfortunately did end up doing the really stupid coming off like an idiot. Well, actually, some conversations on Twitter where people were like, "Yeah, it's HBO being cheap." I'm like, "Ah, dude, like HBO wanted to give it
Of course they
a
did.
better, to give it a more drawn out ending." I mean, how many times haven't we seen that in other franchises? You're approaching the end, and then they just start padding it out and making it a two-part instead of a one, or a trilogy where it was only intended to be two. Looking at you, Hobbit and Potter. So, yeah, it came off looking really like a dick with the whole, well, actually, but like, coming back to them, like, probably just because of their lack of inspiration material, and
Yeah.
they called it off early.
Has there ever been a show or movie based on a book series that isn't finished? This is kind of really the first.
Well, I mean, an anime that happens. Yeah. They'll have plenty of times where the anime will get ahead of the manga, light novel. They kind of wing it. And because it's animated, you have that ability to go through and kind of like retell the ending if things go off the rail because it's animated. You know, characters aren't going to get older in a meaningful way that, you know, you're not going to recognize them. It's just the voice.
Game of Thrones definitely had that problem.
So yeah, apologies to everyone that I came off sounding like an idiot. So in their defense, they totally didn't crush me off. It's like an idiot. They was like conversed with me about it, and I was like, you know what? Fair enough. There's no point in really at it. It is what it is. Try and enjoy it. And with that said, I'm gonna be drinking so much. I already was with the last episode, and it's gonna be even more for this last one. So yeah, that's gonna be my way of enjoying it. I'm just gonna basically approach it like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 kind of thing. And just like throw popcorn at the screen and just put in my stupid dialogue and just jeer at it when I like what's going on. Cheers and jeers. Cheers and jeers. Because there will be both. There will be both. last week that I meant to mention and never actually got around. I was watching the Man Zone podcast. Graham and Kathleen putting Ready Run. And they were talking about their commander variants. So from there they ended up touching Canadian Highlander. Now he's definitely not not a commander variant.
Yeah.
Decidedly different in the way.
It's closer to Singleton, if anything.
Yes.
And even then, it's not really close to Singleton.
Just because of the way that they have structured values.
Yeah, the point
deck inclusion. The way that the deck construction. Well, it's very interesting. Something that I would love to be able to attempt, but not approachable. Say Magic Online, I think, or portable.
Especially older things?
Yeah, like...
I mean, newer things are good, but it's also like, you can get cards way cheaper when you're back, on the back catalog.
Yeah, and the powerful stuff is when you go through and prop up that kind of deck and that kind of...
Yay!
Yeah, Highlander, very cool. But not actually... The other thing that really caught my attention from that, the other format, which the professor really, I believe, which is Oathbreaker, which is a different commander variant, and it is decidedly a variant because it's supposed to be using a legendary creature. Well, okay, first of all, not 100 card single decks, 60 card single decks. Full multiplayer format, but you start with 20 life. And instead of having a legendary creature commander, you have a planeswalker, which ties into the flavor of the name, which is very good. They likened it from, you know, the whole 700 Gatewatch, everyone taking oaths. So all these planeswalkers are sworn an oath to go through from it. When they go through and fight each other, this is breaking their oath, and it's oath break.
No,
Places.
I can't good game back. It actually was a good game. I mean, I was playing catch up the whole time.
Unfortunately,
but
still, the other differentiating feature, aside from having a planeswalker as your command, is in addition to the planeswalker, you also have a signature spell that sits with your commander in the command center. So you have 58 cards in the index, and then your commander and your signature spell. Still operating on the same principle of the command zone, where every time that you cast it costs 2 more. But I would keep, dude. You have the Fanatical Firebrand and the Shocker. Anyway, so the difference, in addition to having the Planeswalker as a commander and a signature spell, it also works in the same way as Command Zone. Command Zone works. The signature spell can only be cast when you actually have your commander Planeswalker in play. So that is the clause and caveat of actually being able to get off of. And then also makes it dissuasive for being able to, like, some people are like, okay, well, I'll go through and play counterspell. Like, every time that it costs more, it's not good value. So, yeah, from hearing about it on the Command Zone and then watching the Lodi Ready Run in a paper fight where they actually played 2 games with the 4 different people, 4-player people.
Ooh, Chain Whirler.
Oh, ouch. The format seemed cool and fun enough that I've since gone through and built 2 decks. And I definitely don't have the card pool in order to be like making them optimal builds. It's just with the jank that I have a Chad deck and a Nisa deck.
So appropriate.
Yeah, I know, right? Because yeah, Chad's my boy, and I love Misa, so you know how that goes. And I'm very strongly considering looking at trying to build a full Scott Pharaoh, since I do have one of those spots. And since it's an eternal format, I was thinking of being degenerate with it and enforcing the
I don't know if I want to play this format with you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, it's fine. As long as you're not using that deck.
Yeah, fair enough. Also fair. Also fair. But yeah, you should post brew a deck for it.
Good. There's so many decks that I should brew. So many things I should do. Can we invent time?
I wish. I wish.
I'm intrigued though. It's definitely.
Oathbreaker looks fun. I really need to play it. That's the key, but from everything that looks good.
God dang it.
Oh yeah, the other thing was that it's not like a flashing screen type of thing. In play to different close to, pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean,
No coming back.
there's no coming back from it.
You just need a red portal. How is that? I do it all the time.
It's something satisfying to be like, no.
Yeah.
I know this is over, so I'm taking myself out.
Going out on my own terms. I consider this a win.
I got a win. Sweet. I get a rare.
So yeah, Oathbreaker's already been like format taken to its own community. I believe from how it was kind of posited, it was like a bunch of fair workers going through a way to play Magic on their breaks that would be multiplayer conducive, but drag out as much as Commander.
Your typical Commander game? Multiplayer, you mean Commander.
Yeah, basically.
You know the one I've always wanted to try? An official format, Plane Chase.
Yeah.
Because, well, remember how close I like...
Well, you can play Plane Chase Commander.
Yeah, you can modify anything with the plane. Because they're pretty cool. I was humming and hawing on that anthology.
I've been looking at that.
It was on sale that one time.
It keeps on going on sale, dude. You could probably find it for like stupid cheap.
The thing is, it's a good deal because those individual, to get all the planes cards, it's like $100. I think the first set's $100. Digital run.
I mean, it's a similar sort of thing they used.
Difference is there's way more enthusiasm for Commander.
Yeah. But yeah, people, so they did basically them as like healthcare workers. Commander variant that can play on the breaks, that would actually be easy to finish in a break.
Right, yeah.
And so, with the lower light, little build these with. Oh, yeah.
Brawl is actually fun, though.
I know.
I sometimes think we're like the only two people who like that format. I know we're not, but
I think there's at least 2 other people. That might be it.
yeah, and they're on the other side of this continent.
And we wouldn't really be able to play them conveniently because they don't have something like the Arena. Got rid of that. That's the thing. Oh. Yeah, what was the other? The other news that is gonna have Llama Heartbroken. Press F to pay respects for Grumpy Cat.
I wouldn't tell him right away.
Yeah, exactly.
Heard a lot of bad news.
Oh, really? Okay. We will withhold that one from...
Unless he's watching another time.
Sorry, Llama! Gonna withhold information from Llama if possible.
Not forever, but yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna get with this Mastermind's acquisition.
Oh, dear me. Did they go for their sideboard, or did they go for
Library.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
it's plausible for me to win this one, and it's... I haven't even been in this game now.
You damn wide, dude.
Neither of these help me. I gotta go on Sarah's wings, I guess.
Well, I mean,
Because
you can
Johnny's gonna die. At least this I can swing.
You can swing, you can gain. Either way, still protect with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a worthless, completely worthless mood. It's like
just, I don't know if that's really gonna save you long term.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to. Yay. Assassin's Trophy.
Off.
The only thing Sam might get about that is that they're not getting it from
Right
the
away.
Cascade. And it's only Sammy.
Because just take the flag.
Oh, it hates. I'm gonna put out a Johnny. I'll take the what little pump I can, and honestly, at this point, something else for him to throw stuff at might
Other body on it.
it might buy me a little bit more.
We stand together.
Soldier and
Deliver us to
something that way.
victory.
Still gain more life.
I got the 5 full bullets in Citadel. What does that do again?
Oh, that's the pay life in order to... Yeah, this is Command of Dreadhorde deck, dude. Because they're using the Wayward Swordtooth, they also play the lands on their deck. So if they can get multiples of those out, they can just dig deeper into their deck and just pay the life. Which they're going to be able to do handily things with the walk. Oh, and then of course they got that so that they can fix.
This game is over.
Oh, I wanted to watch them go off. Should have at least given them a good game.
True, I should have given him at least a good game.
Like a nice, then followed by a good game, because those decks when they go off is crazy, dude.
Man, did it ever go off. It went off from turn 1 for him, man. It was like, not going off for me.
They really do be like that though sometimes.
It is.
Gosh.
That's why I knew there was no hope. Other than that, basically. By basically, I mean they had me that turn.
They definitely, unfortunately, variant combo. This is finally.
That works so well.
Exactly!
Oh man, I wish we could show that on now.
I know, but I don't want to spoil things for people. Despite the fact that anyone that cares is probably caught up with it anyway. Still not gonna do that game. Person. Game. Yeah.
Man, that was lag there.
Too many people jamming the mud. Friday Night Magic! MTG Arena.
If you think about it, there's actually a game server running below my feet is probably actually used a fair amount at the moment.
How many people are on the Minecraft server?
I don't know, but I'm guessing 2 to 4. Hey, it's not server bad, but for my humble home connection.
We might be taxing it a bit much.
Little bit. Quickly. OBS by accident there instead of my cards. Wow. I'm getting all the 1 drops. I'm white weenie it up without even playing a white weenie deck. Oh, close. Very close. Oh. Eee. And I still gain the life back. Ah, feels bad. Oh, I'm just gonna ride it through. Five minimum to the face. Pretty much we're hoping to get that Dawn bringer out next turn here. Hopefully can keep me going. Interesting. Come on, Lyra. Ooh, Leon. There we go. That's a combo. I realize now last turn I think they thought I had a settled wreckage. Ooh. Oh, 5-4. Full haste. No haste, no first strike, so. Lyra's got that covered. That may have actually not have been the best move for opponents. Kind of a good chance to clear a lot of stuff off the board there. Yeah, I think they realized their mistake. Following Adventure's footsteps and having my opponents concede. Mid-game. Kind of like I did in the last one. Woo! That's some good gold value. 1,100. Alright. Let's see if I can get another one out of this.
Got this, dude. Got this.
They conceded mid-game.
Work.
They had swung out. They swung out with everything, and I managed to do their four. And I was literally in the middle saying, I don't think that was the best move.
Bam! Sucks to what you thought.
But to be fair, they weren't dead in the water. Not that I'll complain. I'll take it.
Exactly. Oh no! Why you gotta be like that, game? Gotta pause. Jeez.
At the bottom.
That hurts.
Now I pulled a lot of
There's more stuff I want to talk about, but now of course I can't remember.
I know, I feel like there's more.
Things falling out of my brain.
I'm unfortunately a lot less energetic than normal. Not that I'm full of energy.
A dynamo? Human dynamo?
It can be for up to an hour after coffee.
And then once it wears off, start getting a bit...
Pretty much. You're a war leader. I don't remember putting that in this deck, but okay.
Sweet! Cool! Why not?
I mean, I'm happy to have it. I was just there's that half shock of like, that's in this deck. Oh, okay.
You play Johnny, grow the leader, and then
Wouldn't get eaten by the ring.
no, they would go through and
They have to double block.
They would double block.
Bloodlord. I'm gonna hope that could potentially be my move next. I get some life gain going off of it.
Welcome. Because that's gonna hit the board first, right? So. And then you're gonna get the bat.
Yep.
Nice.
That worked out surprisingly well.
I'll see it.
Let's tear this place apart. Not dead yet.
Dang it.
Well, play that. I can play the welcome. I wanted this to be what was good. I've hit so many one drops. Oh, that was last week. Still not. Client.
No friend of mine fights alone. You are capable of more than you assume.
I think I've.
You can throw it.
War leader back.
Ah, not again.
One day you'll get to lead a war. One day.
One of them days. Well, I mean, there was the other announcement that we talked about live, but Rick and Morty.
Oh yes, Rick and Morty.
We actually got a date.
What was it? November something? I can't remember the date. November.
It's November.
Okay.
6 months.
I
We're going
will fight
season
for my
4.
friends.
That's something.
Would you like to see
Well,
what's
so
left of
this
us?
announcement is kind of like a fire
You
under our
fight
butts
like a
because
city
it's
brat.
something that
make
we've
use
been
of that
sitting on
later.
for a while with respect to it.
Yeah, either.
Okay. No winning here. Sorry, man. I can't say anything. There was the other announcement that I saw today, which I know you enjoyed, so you'll also. Matt Groening. Enchanted? Disenchanted?
Yeah, something like
Part 2 of season 1. Not season 2. Part 2 of season 1. It's actual
that. Nice.
20th.
Look how far you have come.
I assume since part 2.
Should I sack this?
Might be old. off the bat. Like, I was gonna say do it on their end stuff. They didn't even do anything.
And I probably want to keep everything back.
Well, do you really? You want to throw the bat at fuckers? One.
Oh, I'm gonna go for Storm.
It's a rough position right now, unfortunately.
That's why I don't do it, because there's Breach on.
Shh, I'm sorry, dude.
I didn't know.
Oh,
I didn't
so
notice
sorry.
either.
He's ever
So
truly
sorry.
lost.
But it's not good.
Yeah, because they upticked Vivian in order. You know what would be really handy right now?
Well, the wreckage.
I mean, I would have settled for a
Be gone.
Into
Go ahead, deal with it. Yeah, that was one away from being able to tick that off.
Or
I've seen
Vraska's
puppies whine less than you.
Alright, so what am I killing then?
Get rid of the.
Yeah, I think I got it. I got it.
You can deal with most of
It's a slightly more of a threat, unfortunately.
like another way to deal with the team would be really great, but he's on your stuff.
Truth lies beyond vision. How convenient. An excellent choice.
Shockland.
Ah, why you gotta be back
Another
like
one.
that? Yikes.
Double whammy! Triple whammy?
Dude, it's a commanded red horde.
You can still
Another
walk
one,
away.
yeah.
Those decks really benefit in this team right now. God.
And it's not even a useful land.
Feels bad, dude. Ah.
I don't think I can win this. And I certainly can't afford to attack if I
Do you
want.
have a board fight?
I don't think I do in this version. I have so many life gain rates, but all of them, but I really don't have in
A board wipe could help you reset. I mean, you're not so far gone on the. With the amount of blockers that they have on the.
Secrets
It's
manifest
like I'm
before
just not gonna be able to ping them fast enough to deal with their life
There
gain.
is wonder in a blade
And
of
I'm the one
grass.
playing a life gain deck.
So much value, dude. It's ridiculous.
Sure. Any point in me fucking if they come at me.
Yes, but.
Actually, I think even if they come at me now, they might even be able to. Oh no, not really, because the.
He's got a bat, right?
No, because it has to be on my turn.
Oh.
Oh, I don't even get that. 78 health. Oh man.
Those wild growths have been ridiculous for him.
I know. I just hadn't actually realized how much.
Okay, no, so it is every turn. I mean, that's something at least.
I pulled land again. White land. Not even like if it had been a black land, that would have. Okay, so I don't know why they didn't swing out with everything on that last attack. Other than they might think I'm playing black.
keep on bluffing about a 7.
Still probably have no hope of turning this around.
They're in the triple digits on the left side, I don't think. Which again saddens me.
I'm just going for ill-advised attack with everything. I could do it.
Man. Yeah, you got it.
Sure, let's
Cats.
just make attacks weirder.
Why not, right? Why not?
There's no way of turning this around.
It's no longer 1, 2, 3. Don't worry, they'll be back fast. Woo-wee.
Ether itself serves me.
Come on, swing it and kill me.
And again, sorry,
If he doesn't, if they don't do it this turn, I'm gonna just
concede.
But I'm giving him the chance to go in with his craziness because that is pretty crazy.
Well, they're trying to play around to settle, dude.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, if they're still worried about that, there's nothing I can do. It's-
Especially since you went. Wait, he wants me to swing with everything. Wait a minute.
Strike now! Strike hard!
Much value. Now I remember why we enjoyed it the first time. Some of these were all their streamer events.
Yeah. This one was actually.
Was it? It was Nexus Cascade.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was the first one, wasn't it? Not the first. Or the first stream one.
Remember the first one actually had 2 right off the. It was Gabby Sparks' review draft, and then you had the day 9.
Yes, there we go. That's what it was.
Right. Those were the first ones. They busted those left simultaneously. And then the others that they did after.
There we go. Opponent action.
Well, they were holding enough back that it didn't matter. They had that 172 whatever. That could do it on its own, even if I had all the dollars. Dag. Oh, rares! Why do you be like that?
I've got no luck today.
I don't get it, dude.
Alright. I think I really need to do a construct with some decks. My decks that aren't even up to the newest version of standard aren't cutting it. There's just but one, they're just not best for this thing, and then they're not really competing against the War of the Spark stuff with what I was bringing. They're still fun though. I got my butt kicked and I had smile almost the whole time.
War of the Spark Standard is confusing times, dude.
Yeah. Whew. It's still a fun mode.
It's really fun mode. I really enjoy it. It's just things that are going to be able to exploit it best.
Yeah, it's really hard to do.
And I mean, going through and we're clearly seeing meta decks from straight up standard right now doing very well. Command the Dread Horde. Ooh, but that one's strong.
Very strong.
Like, I think most of the versions that we saw were just straight up flashing in the to get the benefit. I believe with Tamiyo, negative ability lets you bring back a card from your graveyard, so you can keep on getting back. Huh. So you can just fun Yeah.
I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it. Which is why it's good.
I like to be on the delivering end, not the receiving end. Woo-wee!
That's why I completely and utterly hate Teferi, because I just don't play Teferi. I'm on the side that just has nothing to hate.
Wait, which one? Big T or Baby T? And I'm running both. So.
And I hate you.
That's fair. That's justified. I accept that. I hate me too for running, but it don't matter.
It's a good card. I mean, that's the. It's what do you do? It's kind of a good card, and you can't necessarily find your way around it. So sometimes you gotta look at one of the decks that's good.
So with respect to that, then, I want to hear back from you. Which one do you prefer, Big T or Baby T? Which Teferi is best Teferi?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know in the comments. Also, let us know about what decks that you found success with. Found, the ultimate deck that wins you all the time. That is definitely going to be the combo that's bad next time, or even something that's good. I mean, you don't necessarily broken the game.
Whatever's performing, and also what you seem to be coming up against that is also performing against your builds. Because, that again, come in. Ooh, wee. That's quite the deck.
I really thought that the White Life game was so good, but I'm like, no. That was barely doing anything compared to Command the Dreadhorde.
Compared to that one, it's too far.
And I guess if you're looking for a deck, that's probably not a bad one to go with for this. Yeah. I'm sure it's expensive, but
well, I mean, if you've already got a decent collection up until this, I don't know how much up there is. Well, I mean, okay, there's so many. It's the walkers for the actual Citadel. I only want to have like 3 of them. Okay, yeah, that might get expensive on the wild cards.
But could get you all the wins, though.
Yeah, that could get you all the gold, which could get you all the packs, which could get you all the cards. Which could be that cycle that you need to keep on just going off and going infinite.
To be fair, you're gonna get 4 wins. Just go infinite and 5 wins.
Oh yeah, because
to actually make money. So.
Because it's 4 for 250 and 5 for 2. Because you really want to be hitting 5 wins, properly profiting.
Yeah, you need to be hitting at least, and maybe you can get it with that deck.
Yeah, it's possible. From what we've seen in our encounters, definitely seems like a strong contender. Let us know if that's actually working against you.
Yeah, and other than that, we will be back for next Friday, probably trying out the story, whatever they're calling it, mode that's coming in.
Yeah, the War of the Spark. I don't even remember.
Yeah,
whatever the War of the Spark event mode that they got going on, we will be playing that.
Come watch us punch our way through that and see what it's like before you hop in yourself.
Dude.
Or just come hang out and make fun of us playing. Either way.
Yeah, hang out. Is welcome.
I think with that, we're gonna call it a stream.
Indeed.
Peace.
Peace.